So I want to talk about this plant. Does anybody know what this plant is?
Yes, I'm allergic to it.
Most allergies are coming from this plant. A lot of the late allergies. This is ragweed.
Really?
Guess what it's called in Latin? Ambrosia. It looks like Artemisia, which is mugwort, but it's not. So I want you to just kind of take a look at this leaf and so you don't get it mixed up with another plant that actually has really important medicinal qualities. Alright, I'm going to get started. My name's Nancy. That's spelled Nance. A lot of knowing plants is actually living with them for a year. You might be able to identify them at one point at a time, but not be able to forage them till later. It's cherry, you need to come back in July. It's an apple, come back in August, September. Sometimes it's hard to identify things if you don't see them by flower, because I think flower is probably the easiest way. Flower or fruit are probably the easiest way for us to identify plants. The thing about foraging is that you have missed opportunities left and right. You got to be on it. Future forage, mulberry. This is the next one, forage. Really delicious. Wolf thistle. It's a really great time to eat flowers, you guys. Tastily, if you're brave enough. This is it right here. It's pretty flavorful. You might want to take a bit. Honeysuckle. I just like to suck the nectar out of the base. Like a lettuce. Might as well eat a flower. Take a piece of cheese, wrap it up in one of these, a little canapé on the road. It's great. Just roll it up. Nice.
No,
It's really young, it's really yummy. I've never tried a motherwort flower, so that. Realize that bittering things, people aren't used to bitter these days, but bittering things are jump-starting your digestion. You could try it. It's pretty bitter. Anybody else want to try a motherwort? This here is burdock, another one of my favorite plants, also really good for liver and kidneys. It's known as gobo, and there's several farmers that sell it at Green City Market as a vegetable for like $4 a pound. But you could collect it yourself. Burdock is because it gives burrs. It has burrs the second year. If you've ever seen burdock, you've probably had it stuck to your clothing or your dog at some point. The first year, it just gives a rosette. It's so good for you, and it's so delicious. It's going to rock your world. So smell it. It's really nice, and what we're going to do is eat this. So Jerusalem artichokes, this, garlic, tiny bit of tamari, a little bit of ginger. I thought I was going to die. It was so good. You're going to cut yourself off a little piece and pass it on to those who are brave.
dirt's good for you.
Dirt's good for you, even if it's city dirt. Violets. But what's more lovely than picking violets? I don't know. This is young, but this kind of bulbous area, don't want to eat that. But the leaves and the flowers you can eat. This is a colony I don't have any problem picking from. They're plentiful. They look wonderful on cupcakes. So milkweed, when they come out of the ground, the shoots are really delicious. They're like asparagus. Then the flowers are really nice to fry, steam. They're like kind of like a broccoli, but like a really floppy broccoli. And then at the end, you have these little fruits, like we saw, this little baby milkweed pods, which when they're still, before they've turned into fluff, when they're still kind of fluffy, but they're kind of wet on the inside, they're a lot like okra. So you kind of have this like asparagus, broccoli, okra plant. So through the whole year, it's really, really nice. One of the reasons I don't eat this plant very often is because of its food source for the monarch butterfly. So I tend to only do this very, very rarely. I want this plant to regenerate.
There's a monarch right there.
Excellent. It's like, yep, don't eat this plant.
Stay away from my food.
Stay away from my baby's food. Milkweed. They fit really good on ears.
Oh yeah? Not with the Sambercat stick, the milkweed capers.
Catnip, this is, you can see, I mean, this is large stands of it all through here. Make your cats go crazy. It's a really good sedative. It makes a really refreshing tea. Very quieting tea for us, a little bit too exciting for a cat. Ground ivy is great for like headache relief. This is yellow dock, see how yellow it is? This is a liver tonic, just like burdock and dandelion is. This is a good time of year to eat it. This, does anybody know what this is?
Is that?
Motherwort.
Mugwort? Oh.
Motherwort.
Motherwort. Oh, okay.
Leonardus cardiaca. And motherwort is going to stop your cramps. Spring Beauty Fairy Spud. Here. I'm going to nibble these off of there. The reason they're called fairy spuds is they're actually dug for their tubers. Has anybody tried one?
I tried many.
It's very special that this is here. This is literally, this is something that usually happens in less disturbed areas, and I'm just thrilled.